Welcome back, Sentinels. Welcome back. Another episode of Black Father Sentinel, where we are changing the narrative of how fathers are depicted as well as discussed in today's society. Back with another video for you all. I'm glad that y'all have been keeping up. I know we're getting further along in this season. The episodes are starting to pile up, so make sure you look back on the previous episode so you can catch yourself all the way up. All right? But before we get started with this video, we know what we have to do, you all. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And be sure to leave a comment right down there in the comment section. Yes, down there in the comment section. All right. And last but not least, in order for us to continue to push this narrative out there, let's make sure we hit that share button. Okay. I thank you all in advance. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into this one. I have entitled it Conquering Your Mind. Fellas, think about the statement first. What does that mean to you? All right. So for me on this juice journey, man, I've been thinking a lot. I've been having a lot of mental clarity. I've been getting a lot of things off my chest. I've noticed myself becoming more vulnerable. I'm thinking about situations that I was in the past where I just didn't handle them very well, or those situations that got the best of me, or my emotions got the best of me, or I wanted to start something, but then I prevented myself from starting something because of my mind, right? And it all boils down to this to me. I just really didn't have control of my mind. That's it. So in this video, I just want to discuss like some of the things that's preventing us from moving forward, and then how do we change that and how do we switch that up? And I'm curious, fathers, are you going through the same thing? Is it like age related? Now that I'm 40, am I going through it now? But I was going through these same things even when I was younger, to be honest with you all. All right. So think about it like this. Like, think about a baby when it's first born and then up into its toddler years when it begins to walk, when it begins to play, when it begins to talk, right? Look how free spirit that they are. Have you ever noticed that? Like a toddler will climb all the way up to the top of the stairs and then look at you as if they're going to jump, just playing around, boom, 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 boom. And we're looking at them with so much fear because we just don't want them to hurt ourselves. But in their mind, they can't hurt themselves. Like they have no fear, they have no doubt of their possibilities in life. Like, have you ever thought about that? Or another thing, if they want something, they just go after it. It doesn't matter if it's on a hot stove. It doesn't matter that the ball is in the middle of the street. They're just going after it because they have no fear, no doubt, no, like nothing in their mind that's going to prevent them from doing exactly what they want to do. Have you ever looked at that? Like some of you who have those children of that age right now, just look at them and pay attention to them. Like they have no fear at all. So where did we get that from? How did we become tainted in this world? Right? Like where did that start to shift for us in our paradigm? Because now some of us has been doing that for over 40 years now. So I just want you to imagine that. I want you to hold on to that. And I think that's what the Bible means by saying that we need to go back to a childlike mind, right? I don't think it means like us being not responsible, us being like too playful or just, doing whatever that we want to do in terms of recklessness. I think it more so means to have the ability to be fearless. That's all I think that means. To be fearless. There is no doubt. There is no fear. Just go after what you believe in. All right. And so I look at it like a lot of us, including myself too, and I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. So a lot of times when I talk to the masses, it's for myself as well. Like this is therapeutic for me, you all. I just want to create a safe place for men to come and speak about the challenges that we go through, and also highlight some of the wins that we have in life as well. Because we're not going to get that credit out there, but that's okay. Okay, we understand that. So I think it all boils down to limiting beliefs. I think we all have these limiting beliefs in our life. Like I don't know where they came from. I don't know where they stem from. I mean, we can probably backdate it, and we can kind of like go down the line, and maybe it came from our parents, but then if it came from our parents, it came from their parents, and then so on and so forth, right? But where did it actually start? I think this has been systematically put on us for us to doubt ourselves. And what I mean by limiting the beliefs, you ever had like an idea, and I talk about this all the time. You have an idea, right? Just say, for example, you have a business that you want to start, you want to create. And when you first thinking about it, you feel good, like you're excited, like, oh, this is about to go down. This is about to be wonderful. And then what happens? What happens? All of a sudden, you start to create these hurdles in your mind. Man, I need money. Man, what if this? Okay, I need this person to do this. Okay, dang, what if this happens? Then we start developing all these sense of doubt, all this sense of fear. But I want to tell you something. I read this in the book. This is kind of a spinoff, and then I'll go back into the actual topic. The moment that you get an ideal in your mind, I want you to understand this. The moment you get an ideal in your mind, you have everything that you need, and you're equipped with everything that you need to see it all the way through, right? The things that you're going to go through in order to complete that task, they're just tests, and you're built for the test. It's just how you involved in life. Life is trying to progress you to the point to those higher levels, but if you never go through the test, you don't know if you would have passed or not. So we have to go through the test. A lot of us get so fearful. We have so much doubt in our mind that we don't even want to try. Like we're waiting for these perfect opportunities in order for things to take place in our life, but they're never going to work out like that. It just doesn't. You're never going to have enough money to start. If you say you need $40,000 to start, you're never going to have enough money to start. You're never going to get the 40,000, right? If you say you need, uh, I need this person to be right here, I need this person to be right here in order for it to work out. It's never going to work out like that. You just have to move forward and trust the process along the way. It's just a test. Any hurdle that you come through while trying to reach the goal is just a test. Like you have to go through a test. That's the sacrifice that you have to make in order to get to these higher levels in life. I want you all to understand that. So be mindful of the limiting beliefs that we have. We all come with them. It's just time to change it up, fellas. It's time to change up our mind. It's time to conquer our mind. All right. Limited beliefs, they add doubt, right? Doubt is a choice. For you to doubt something, that's a choice. Because all you're doing in your mind is creating all the ways that could possibly go wrong. But if you just switch it and create all the ways that it can possibly go right, you'll start to change the perceptive of how you perceive things. Like I'm doing it right now in my life, and I'm telling you, it's wonderful. Like it's amazing. Instead, the moment my mind starts to shift into all the things that could possibly go wrong, I immediately understand it, right? I acknowledge it, and then I just let it go through my body or go through my mind, and then I immediately change to all the things that can possibly go right. And I just keep thinking about that. See, where you put your attention is where your energy goes. If you put your attention towards all the possibilities that can possibly go wrong, then that's where your energy is going to go. But if you switch it and put your attention on all the things that's going to possibly go right, then that's where your energy is going to go. And energy attracts the same energy, right? You just got to move in that motion. I'm telling y'all, it's beautiful if you just try it out. So stop with the limiting beliefs. We all have them. Let's begin to switch our minds over. And you may say, switch it over to what, B Father said? Switch it over to infinite possibilities. Let's take, for example, and I'm going to try to wrap this up here. Take, for example, a phone number. Like our area code where we're at, it starts with 414. Now, there are 7 digits after that, as well as everybody's else. Do you know how many possibilities there are? Do you know how many possibilities of a phone number there are after the area code, which is static, meaning that it has to be the same, right? If you live in a specific area, 414 and then 7 numbers. But there's infinite possibilities after that, infinite possibilities. And then by the changing of one number, it makes everything different. So my number can be 414, 444, 4441. Your number can be 414, 444, 4442, and that changes everything. So now when that person calls the 41, they're able to reach me. When they call the 42, they're able to reach you. Do you see the infinite possibilities here? Like it changes everything. Now how does that trans over into life? Just look at the circumstances, right? Circumstances in life have infinite possibilities in terms of how they work out. Let's go back to the business. You have this business in your mind, you're putting it together, and then you come to those hurdles, right? Now you're at the point to where you understand that this is just a limited belief. And so you switch it over to thinking more about all the positive ways that things can transpire throughout this situation, right? So now the people start to come, the circumstances start to happen, the events start to show up, everything changes. And even with that business, like as you're going through it, it's going to continue to evolve. Just like the phone number example that I gave you. You can do 41, you can do 42, you can do 44, you can do 45, so on and so forth. You can do 51, you can do 52, you can do 53. Like it keeps going. And when you're creating these businesses, And when you're like thinking about opportunities or opportune ways to excel in your business, things are going to evolve. But if you concentrate and put your energy on all the possibilities that it can go right, certain situations are just going to change in your life quite naturally. I hope that makes sense to you all. I'm telling y'all, like, all we have to do is just change the way we think. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. I promise you that. I'm still a work in progress. You have to be conscientious about that. That means you have to think about what you're doing every day. Like when it comes to our children, fathers, raising our children, you're in a situation with the female, don't worry about it. Think about all the possible right outcomes. You're in a situation with your business, think about all the possible right outcomes. Think about all the possible right outcomes with your job. If you work a 9 to 5, whatever that you're doing in life, let's start paying attention to only the things that can possibly work out in our favor, and start believing the things that you write down and you journal down. If you say this is what you want, this is what you want, start believing it. Like I literally, and I may be a fool to think it, some people call me a fool, but I believe in everything that I say out of my mouth. I believe that I'm going to accomplish every goal that I have ever written down. I believe it. And some people want me to play into this norm, right? No, man, you're going too against the grain. That's them. That's them with their limited beliefs. I don't have limited beliefs. I believe that I can change things on my own accord. You know, people with limited beliefs, they play within boundaries. People with limited beliefs or limiting beliefs, they play with boundaries, play in boundaries. Me, I play with boundaries. Like I move the boundaries to cater it to what I want. I hope that makes sense to y'all. So fathers, let's continue to just move forward, man. Let's change the way that we think out here. It starts with you. Nobody can change you but you, right? We can't change anybody else until we change ourselves first, okay? So let's stop with these limiting beliefs. Let's start conquering our mind, right? If y'all want some details on how I do it, I got a morning routine that's so vicious that gets my day started right out the gate positive, all right? Shoot me an email, shoot me a comment in the comment section, and we'll get right into it. Fathers, I believe in you. I know you believe in me. Let's continue what we do best, and that is being great fathers. Black Father Center.